Tell me about how Jake is feeling at the end of the first episode when he realizes he is locked inside the cordon.
I mean, he's furious. He's furious. He feels betrayed by Lex. You know, he has done everything that he was supposed to do. He's done his job. And as a member of the police force that's trying to maintain this sort of control in the city, to get stuck inside, it feels so unfair to him. You know, he can't believe that there's not like a way for me to get out, because I'm one of you. You know, I'm one of the people trying to control this. But because of the strict protocol, he kind of, there's sort of no bargaining that he can do. And he feels betrayed and angry and isolated, and I think very selfish in that moment, and in a lot of ways rightly so. You know, I'm a bit biased because, you know, I justify pretty much everything he did and for myself, because that's, you know, we as humans don't walk around thinking that what we're doing is wrong or selfish, even if in retrospect it is. And in the moment, he's just doing Jake, you know, he's doing himself, and he's trying to stay alive. And I think he has some understandable anger. I side with him.
One person that you spent some time with, although your relationship on screen is a little strange, is George, who told me that you guys named the rats, the Raptors, as he called them.
It's called SRAG. It's the Screen Rat Actors Guild. There was a Daniel Day-Lewis rat, and he was method and just going for it, and he deserves a rat Oscar.
Wasn't his name Roman or Roland?
Yeah, that was the lazy one. He wasn't getting it done.
Okay.
They actually took him out. They brought in the replacement rat. And SRAG was happy about it because, you know, they want their hardworking rats to get the jobs.
He seems like a fun guy to hang around with, though.
George is great.
Joking all the time.
Yeah.
Did you two get to, I mean, if you're working out with David, what are you doing with George? Just
George and I obviously were just naming rats and creating fictional guilds for them to hang out in. George is a great guy. He's sort of a lot of the source of humor in our group of friends on the show. He's a great actor too, and very like focused and serious when we're working, and there's not really, you know, he doesn't bring that to the table when he's in a serious scene, you know, but then, you know, we call cut and we turn to walk to the next location, and he's back to his jokester self.
Yeah, so let's talk about your character and his character, Dr. Kennertz. You know, it feels like there's potential for friction. Is there? Obviously, he is a man who's going to have a lot of secrets on the show, probably more than a lot of other characters.
Yeah. I think Jake very early on learns to sort of forge this bond with Kennertz, because he's not a law enforcement officer, but he's a doctor, and he is sort of the source of who could cure this thing inside. And that's obviously crucial to Jake if he wants to get out. So he's also thinking, like, this is an important piece to my selfish desire of living and, you know, ultimately getting out of here. And I think that becomes important to him for that reason first. And then secondary to that is the realization that all of, you know, Atlanta and ultimately, you know, humanity in that part of the world is dependent upon somebody fixing this. And so there's a respect there. There's a mutual respect. And I think they find that they're sort of an unlikely pair of allies.
How worried is Jake that he is possibly carrying this virus?
I think that's actually a source of Jake's anger in a lot of ways. And in the first episode, we see that when he's having a bit of a meltdown with Lex, in that moment where he finally talks to him on the phone, he's mostly angry because this guy has just sneezed right next to him, like, as he says, you know, 4 feet from my face, which means, like, you know, even if you don't see it, there could be fluids traveling. Ugh. And I mean, it's creepy, it's terrifying to think, like, I mean, even without the outbreak story, you don't want someone to sneeze on you. That's awful to begin with.
Really
and then you factor in that everyone's dying because people are sneezing and passing these pathogens. It's horrifying to him, and it makes him so angry because he's like, I didn't sign up for this. That's not why I'm a cop. I didn't sign up to be here, and, like, you got to help me out. So I think for Jake, yeah, he's definitely afraid of getting sick.